Good morning everybody. Dylan K. Johnson here, and welcome back to a new video. Today, we are specifically going to be covering these guys. Now, this is a very cool product that is made by the company Plate Snacks. These are custom decals that go on bumper plates, they go on iron plates, as I'm going to be demonstrating here. They do some that go on weight stacks, so things like my Aries weight stacks. Or if I wanted to, I could put one on the weight stack for my leg extension, leg curl combo. Pretty much anything like that, any type of plate, calibrated competition plates, deep dish plates, just about any type of plate that has a flat surface like this, bumper plates, competition bumper plates, they are able to make and design custom decals specifically for those that you can put on to kind of customize your equipment. You guys have probably seen some of this in my videos, again, whether it's some of the plates that I've already had this done to, or my weight stacks, again, for my Aries, which I actually only have half of them put on. You've probably never seen the other side where I don't have them on. So that's going to be part of my project today. But I'm just going to quickly cover with you guys my thoughts on them, how they have held up over about a year of very regular use, both for the weight stacks as well as a set of the plate decals that I have on one of my 45-pound plates. And then I'll just kind of quickly show you guys how I installed them and just kind of the process to do so. So as you can see, like I said, I have got a whole bunch of these are already done, but I have a whole stack of them that I got to go through today. A ton of these different bumper decals for my wife's new pink fringe sport bumpers that I got her for Christmas. You can kind of see them poking in the background there, and try not to mind the mess in the garage. Today is cleaning day, but no, as I said, I have got a whole stack of them to go through. Some 10-pound ones for some of my 10-pound iron plates. I've got all of these different bumper plate ones that I have to go through. And yeah, with these in particular, like I said, they're from the company called Plate Snacks. I will have a link down below in the description. That is an affiliate link, so if you guys do decide to make any purchases of these guys through that link, I do get a little bit of a kickback. Kind of helps me, help support the channel. Overall, though, I highly recommend the company. Mark, the guy that owns and operates the company, is an awesome guy. He's been a pleasure to deal with every time that I have gone through and ordered custom decals. As you can see, like I have my custom logo here for all of these. These are going to be for my iron plates. For the bumper plates, I went through and I did a few custom decals here, but they also offer some pre-made decals that are really cool. Things like donuts. I've got some sushi ones in here because we love sushi. What else? We've got a pair of candy, like lollipop ones, all kinds of really cool and unique designs. But as I said, I'm just going to quickly go through and show you guys how to install these. It doesn't really matter whether you're doing it on iron or bumper plates. This is the process that I'm going to be using for all of them, and it's the process that I've used so far, and it works great. So we're going to just be going through and demoing using a 25-pound Rogue deep dish plate. This is one of them that I have already gone through, and you can see I've painted the lettering to kind of stand out a little bit better. But what I'd like to first do is, and this is a little bit more of an OCD thing, you don't have to do this, but I try and identify where the top of the plate would be. So kind of where the Rogue lettering is, I try and identify that, get it as square as possible to whatever surface I'm working from, and just set it down. So I know there is going to be the very top. Next up, you're going to need to get yourself a clean microfiber rag and some isopropyl alcohol, some IPA. And basically, all you do, throw a little bit on the rag, and you're just going to wipe down the surface area of the plate where you're going to be applying this decal. You want to make sure that it's free of all debris, any potential oils from things like your hands, or a lot of times, especially new bumper plates, like those new fringe bumper plates behind me that I got my wife, they have an oil that's from the manufacturer that's on them, like a little residue that's actually there to help them release from the molds that they're originally manufactured in. But that oil, will get in the way and interfere with the decals when you're installing them. So you want to make sure you go through and just quickly give the surface of the plates a nice wipe down. Make sure you're getting rid of any of that debris, oil from your hands, chalk maybe. If you use chalk in your gym like I do, I'll have to do that on some of my plates. And just give it a few seconds to dry. If you want to, again, go back in with the dry side of the microfiber and just give it a quick wipe down. Another thing to be careful of, especially if you have pets or animals, are their hair. You guys know I have a husky and 3 other dogs, so 4 dogs that all shed regularly, so their hair tends to get everywhere. Now, the other thing that I like to do is I'll actually wipe down the surface of these as well. Again, just because I have dog hair everywhere and it gets everywhere. So I just kind of try and get as much debris as possible off of every surface area possible. Next, we're just going to very carefully start the peeling process. This can generally be a little tricky sometimes. You got to get just right. You want to be real careful about that. And then what I like to do is I'll usually go, and it's just like applying a giant sticker. I mean, that's all they are, is they're just really big decals. I'll usually start it out to where I get a little over half so that I can align it to the center as best as possible. And I might have to kind of sit up here to do this. Ugh. And just make sure that it's as square as possible. And you're just going to kind of eyeball it. You don't have to be super precise. There is a little bit of margin so that you can't, or so that you can be off a tiny bit, but my OCD prefers it if it is as even as possible. Just like that. And just lay it down very evenly. Go to the edge. There we go. And then just like this. And then, again, I like to take my same rag and I'll just kind of slowly work out some of those air bubbles that are still under there. You can use, I would personally not recommend using something like a credit card. Sometimes if you guys install, like, what are they? Screen protectors, sometimes they come with like a little rubber squeegee. That'll work really well. Personally, I would not recommend using anything hard or abrasive because you could end up scratching the decals. But basically, you're just going to want to go through and slowly work out all of the bubbles, which I did not do an amazing job on this, so I'll probably have to go. I've got one of those inside, but you just kind of have to take your time, slowly work out the bubbles. Ideally, I would have used the squeegee when installing this so that I don't have to do this as much. But it's not that big of a deal, and over time the bubbles will just naturally kind of decrease as well. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where you just have to slowly work it into place, and as long as you were thorough with cleaning the surface prior to installing the decals, everything should be pretty good to go. So yeah, I am going to get these bubbles worked out real quick, and then I will check back in with you guys and you can see exactly how I did. And then we'll go through and install them on some more. I've got another of the 25 pound, I've got a set for my 35s, a set for my 10s, and I've got 2 more sets for my 45s, as well as, geez, how many, like 6 or 7 sets for the fringe bumpers. And then, like I said, I also have half of my stack to do as well. So this is going to be a fairly extensive project for me today, but it's not too bad. It's just kind of time consuming. So yeah, I will get these going and check back in with you guys in just a little bit. Now, something that you can do if you happen to have it off center, kind of like I have right here. See how I've got a little bit of an overhang. One, this wouldn't be a huge issue, but because these are pretty tight tolerance to my specific plates, it's going to depend kind of on what plates you have. But what you can do to kind of alleviate this or fix it so that it doesn't basically start peeling up whenever you grab these, like you can kind of see here. Hopefully that's in focus. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press it down evenly, and then I have a fresh razor blade. So this is brand new, fresh out of the packaging, and I'm just going to lightly set it on the very edge of the plate at a slight angle, and I'm just going to start moving it forward until it catches. So you can see it's starting to catch. And then we're just going to keep it at that angle and just slide all the way around the very edge of our plate. And this is just going to clean up that edge just a little bit so that we don't have that like hangnail, I guess you could say. And we can go back again just to clean that edge up a little bit more. Applying even pressure all the way across, trying to keep it nice and smooth. And again, this is something that you don't have to do. I am just a little bit OCD, and I want to make sure that these stay on my plates as long as possible. All right, now before I get too far into installing the decals, I just wanted to quickly show you one that I have had on my 45-pound plates for a little over a year now. So this guy, turn it so you can see. Hopefully you can see it with the light, trying not to get too much glare. But you can basically see that it's minus a couple small little scratches right in the center where typically that's where, actually that's not even a scratch, that's just some garbage on there. I could probably get this guy, clean it up a bit, and get rid of most all of that junk on there. And it looks pretty much good as new. There's a couple little tiny like indents right around the center, right where my collars would go on it, and usually I use these on the very outside when I'm deadlifting, so I've got the collars right here. And yeah, there's very minimal wear on them. I've used these very regularly over the entire year, and you can see, I mean, they're a very thick material, the decal material, and yeah, they've held up extremely well. Overall, I have been super impressed with them. Like I said, there's almost no signs of scratching, no signs of tearing, anything really that I am seeing. And the overall fit and finish of them is still almost friggin' spanking new. So yeah, I have been super impressed with these. I cannot recommend them enough. Now, price-wise, for the custom decals specifically, if you already have a design, I honestly don't know what it is if you want him to create you a design. I don't know if he does that or if you have to find somebody to do that yourself. I did all my design work personally, so I didn't have to pay anybody for that. This is all my logo that I've designed personally, and I built it all out the way I wanted it. But price-wise, things like the 45-pound is going to run you $36 for a pair of the decals. All the way down to, like, they do 2.5-pound decal pairs for $16. A 35-pound pair is $30. 25-pound is $26. A 10-pound is $24. 5-pound pair is $20, and that's just for the metal ones. For like bumper plates, you're looking at $20 for a pair. Again, this is all for the custom stuff. So like these guys, like this. That's kind of the price that you're looking at. So around anywhere from $36 to $16 for a pair of custom decals. For their regular ones, they are, what are they, like around $18, $20. Yeah, for their regular bumper decals, like any of their regular decals, you're looking like 18 to 30 bucks. So I mean, just overall in general, the prices are pretty affordable. If you just want something to kind of add a bit of cool customization to your gym, just makes things a little bit more unique and just makes it your own really, which I am a big fan of. I like taking the space that I have and making it feel more like mine. It just kind of gives it a better atmosphere, at least to me personally. This is definitely not something that you absolutely need. It's more of a, once you have everything that you need, it's a nice thing to kind of get and use to accessorize your gym, basically. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Very quick video. Just wanted to quickly show you guys one of my favorite customizations that I have in the gym. It's a great way, like I said, a great affordable way to just take something that you've created and kind of help apply it to your own gear. Make your own gear yours, I guess you could say. Or if you have a company or a personal training studio, anything it may be, this is a great way to kind of get your own branding onto your equipment. So it just kind of helps in terms of marketing, things like that. And overall, it is a fantastic product. I have had zero complaints about it. Again, I've been using these for a little over a year now. They've held up fantastic. I don't know how they would hold up in like a commercial setting because I tend to be a little bit more careful with my equipment. I mean, obviously, most of us who have paid good money for our equipment tend to be a little bit more conscious of the equipment itself as opposed to like a commercial gym where people are just throwing shit around. So they might not hold up as well in that kind of setting or atmosphere, but for a personal training studio, a home gym, things like that, where you can kind of control how they're being used, they've held up fantastic. So overall, they get 10 out of 10 stars from me. I really like the product, and I can't recommend it enough. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about them, just let me know down below in the comments, or like I said, go check out Mark's page, Plate Snacks, over on Instagram. Check out his website. I'll have it linked down below in the description. And yeah, if you have any specific questions about any of the decals, go shoot him a message or send him an email. He's very responsive. He was a great guy to work with. And overall, like I said, I could not be happier with how these have turned out, how all of them have turned out, and just my overall experience, both throughout the entire process of ordering them and using them and everything. It's just been fantastic. Cannot recommend this product enough. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys. Thank you again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you've taken something away. And as always, I will see you all tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is going to be, drum roll, push. Yeah, it's going to be a chest-focused push workout. So we might be taking a look at the, what are they called? The spot grips that I recently got in. You may have seen me post those up on my Instagram page. I've used them a couple times now. Kind of been steering away from a lot of pressing stuff, but we'll see how things go. I might kind of see how my shoulder feels and get back into that stuff. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow's video. A nice push-focused workout. So I will see you guys then. Later. All right, time to get all of these installed. How many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs, so 12 there. 12, 14, 16, 18. I've got 20 of these damn things to install, plus a whole half of my Aries functional trainer. So yeah, I'm gonna be out here for a while. Oh, wish me luck.